away from that now. Today is the United Nations declared Biological Diversity Day, which gives insights into the inherent connections between people and the natural world. This year's theme is Harmony with Nature and Sustainable Development. It underscores the need to achieve the coming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework targets to halt and reverse the loss of biodiversity loss in line with achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. To discuss biodiversity with me on this special day is Stella Egbe, who is a Senior Manager, Species Program at the Nigeria Conservation Foundation. Good to have you join us on World Now. Tell us about Biological Diversity Day. What's its significance?
Okay, the International Day for Biological Diversity is a day that has been set aside by the United Nations to commemorate and raise awareness on the issues that face wildlife, the threats, and to also highlight the nexus between our well-being and nature. So this year's theme is looking at harmony with nature and sustainable development. It's really important because it highlights the threats that face the ecosystem that we share with other entities, and what we are losing and the functions that we are losing alongside. And so as we mark this day, we celebrate the functions that we gain and the benefits of nature, but we also highlight what we need to do to meet the targets so that we can live better in harmony with our environment.
All right, so let's explore that theme some more. Let's talk about those threats and especially what we as humans can do, and especially what the Nigeria Conservation Foundation is doing to create that harmony with nature and the SDGs.
Yes. So the Sustainable Development Goals has a lot of targets. But two of its targets are life on land and life in water, which is very relevant to what we do in the Nigerian Conservation Foundation. It highlights that our well-being is dependent on the sustainability of this wildlife on water and on land. There's a lot of threats, and you have very serious declines in species. A lot of species are going extinct. We are having biodiversity loss. And so in the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, we have a multifaceted approach to tackling this issue. Part of it is engagements like this, where we raise awareness so that people understand that they are vital in the ecosystem. And we do not only have the power or the willpower to do damage, but we can actually fix nature. We can actually develop alongside what we have within our surrounding environment. And so intentional planning, intentional use, in fact, sustainable use of resources around us is one of the key things that we advocate for among people. But other areas and other activities that we involve in includes the management of areas that have been targeted, set aside for the conservation of wildlife. So this includes our protected areas. It also includes advocating for intentional planning. For example, green spaces within our modern developmental areas. These are the different things that we try to do, raising awareness and working in the front lines to understand the trends in species. So monitoring of species, monitoring of changes in the environment. They are all activities that we carry out in the Nigerian Conservation Foundation. And today we are working with media. We are also partnering with government to advocate for the domestication of some of these international conventions that we are a part of, so that it can become part of our developmental process and we do not lose out on the benefits of nature while we pursue development alongside the rest of the world.
All right then, Senior Manager, Species Program at the Nigeria Conservation Foundation. Thank you very much for this insight you've shared with us on World Now.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, we're in Africa, where in Namibia, a British national has been arrested for allegedly sexually molesting minors and taking nude photographs